England U21 2, Germany U21 2, 3-4 on pens. Redmond's miss ends young Lions' journey. A year ago to the day, English football was its lowest ebb when the Three Lions were humiliated by Iceland. But this summer has been a different story, and for a while it looked like we would have a fourth youth team in a major final. Adi Boothroyd's boys had fought back from Davy Selk's 35th-minute opener with goals from Demarai Gray and Tammy Abraham. Suddenly it looked as though the young Lions might follow in the footsteps of Paul Simpson's Under-20 World Cup winners. We should have known better. Felix Platt equalized, and when the penalties were over, another semi-final defeat to the Germans became a horrible, hideous reality. Boothroyd had done everything he could. His side had practiced pens after every training session. They had run through it all with a sports psychologist. But just like so many times before, it all ended in tears. Jordan Pickford did save one. But Julian Polerspeck saved two from Tammy Abraham and then poor Nathan Redmond, who was inconsolable at the end. Boothroyd can still be proud. He took this team out of the group stage for the first time in 3 tournaments. But that won't feel like much consolation right now. England haven't won this tournament since 1984, and the long wait goes on. All the talk in the build-up was about penalties, and England were lucky not to concede an early one for what looked a foul by Callum Chambers on Selk just a few minutes in. At the other end, Will Hughes created a fine chance with a Mazzy run and cut back, only for Gideon Young to deny Abraham with a block. Nathaniel Chiloba, back from a groin injury, also went close, sending a free header from a corner over the bar before Polerspeck denied Gray with a fine save. At times it was end-to-end. Polerspeck saved from Abraham. Jordan Pickford saved from Selk. But the Everton keeper was beaten when Selk escaped some poor marking to head home the opener after Jeremy Toljan raced to the byline and picked him out with pinpoint cutback. Weaker teams would have wilted. But the lead lasted barely 5 minutes when James Ward-Prowse swung in his latest deadly dead ball of the finals. Chambers twice had efforts blocked, but the ball rebounded to Gray, who thumped it past Polerspeck for his second goal in as many games. Then, just after half-time, Mason Holgate and Watford-bound Will Hughes combined well to set up a second for Abraham, who couldn't miss from 3 yards out. Boothroyd immediately checked his watch, and England retreated into their shell, seemingly hoping to just hang on. That meant plenty of nervous moments, and the Germans leveled when substitute Platt, on for the injured Selk, headed home from a Maximilian Arnold corner. They should have scored again when Maximilian Philip found himself clean through but dragged his shot wide. Philip then had a shot saved with England on the ropes. Redmond, on for Gray, flashed a shot wide. But while Lewis Baker, John Swift and Chambers did miss chances in extra time, it was the Germans who looked most menacing. And when it went to a shootout, you just knew how it would end. Another final for Germany. Another early flight home for England. England, 4-1-2-1-2, Pickford, Holgate, Ortha 106, Chambers, Mawson, Chilwell, Chiloba, Murphy 66, Hughes, Swift 86, Ward-Prowse, Baker, Gray, Redmond 73, Abraham. Subs: Gunn, Mitchell, Stevens, Targett, Holding, House, Grealish, Woodrow. Germany, 4-5-1, Polerspeck, Toljan, Young, Karate, Kempf. Gerhardt, Haberer, Core 101, Philip, Meyer, Arnold, Nabri, Amiri 87, Selk, Platt 63. Subs, Schwab, Vlachodimos, Anton, Dahoud, Klunder, Weiser, Ozentwal.